Welcome back, Bible lovers and holy rollers. On today's episode of How Do You Like Your Bible Funny Side Up, we're serving up a wild story, not straight out of Compton but out of the Old Testament. We'll meet a prophet, a king, an angel with a sword, and see what happens when politics, paranoia, and prophecy meet one very opinionated donkey with attitude. So strap in, saints, because it's about to get spiritually dramatic. Now getty up, let's ride. Let's set the stage. You're in the city, scorching hot, dusty roads, and a kingdom run by a man with more insecurity than Wi-Fi in the wilderness. His name? King Balak. And baby, he's sweating bullets. Why? Because down in the valley below, the Israelites, God's chosen, desert-surviving, manna-eating people, have just set up camp. And it's not a couple of tents, it's a whole mobile nation. Balak peeks out his royal window and sees them everywhere, like ants at a picnic. He's convinced they're about to overrun his city and eat up every goat, grape, and grain of couscous. Can you picture it? Okay, let's get into the story. Welcome to Moab, land of kings, camels, and one very paranoid ruler. It's a desert kingdom with great mountain views, decent trade routes, and one very worried king, Balak. King Balak, ruler of Moab, is stressing. Israel's moving in like that cousin who just needs a place to stay a few nights. And they're multiplying like TikTok dance trends.
I can't take it anymore. Who are these people? They just took out the Amorites like it was nothing. And with my army, if they sneeze in my direction, my whole kingdom could collapse. We're doomed. These Israelites are everywhere, breeding like goats. What if they eat all our hummus? We have to do something. There's millions of them. I need someone spiritual, mysterious, and possibly a hotline to God. Get me Balaam.
Balak's giving drama king energy. Instead of making peace or asking God for guidance, what does he do? What is his strategy? Pray? Nah. Peace treaty? Please. He panics and wants to hire a spiritual hitman. King Balak sends a royal DM, gold, gifts and promises of prestige, asking Balaam to come curse Israel. But God's like, not today. This isn't a drive-through voodoo stop. Remember the Israelites, those wilderness-walking, manna-munching folks who just escaped Egypt? They have arrived, and they aren't just camping, they're thriving.
Balaam, I have a message from King Balak and some gifts. He wants you to curse some Israelites. Big payday if you do. Name your price.
Meet Balaam, prophet by title, but low-key running a freelance spiritual business. He's a well-known prophet with a reputation for being spiritually gifted. Balaam had a connection to God, sure, but let's just say his DMs were open if the money was right. Known for hearing from God, but also for cashing in on it, possibly open to the highest bidder. He was a prophet for hire. Yep, like Uber Eats, but for blessings and curses. Now, to Balaam's credit, he doesn't just hop on the camel, he actually prays, and God gives him a clear-as-day response.
Do not, and I mean do not, go with them. Those people are blessed. Don't you dare curse them.
Okay, God, I'll stay.
So Balaam declines, and that should have been the end of it. But no, Balak, not one to take no for an answer, sends even more messengers with even more bling, fancier robes, bigger bags. Same bad idea. You see it coming, right? But Balaam gets greedy when he sees all that new bling.
All of this for little old me? God, asking again, just in case you changed your mind?
Dude, this ain't a group chat. You already got your answer.
Fine, go. But say only what I tell you.
Really? Oh, so now Balaam thinks he can negotiate with the Almighty himself like he's Priceline? Sir, we don't negotiate with terrorists, I mean God. But God permits Balaam to go with a warning. But here's the plot twist. Balaam had no idea that God wasn't just a little annoyed. He was righteously furious. God was mad. Not you skipped church mad, more like you wrecked my car so now I don't have a way to work kind of mad. Spoiler alert, Balaam ain't ready for the road ahead. So against God's warning, Balaam saddles up his trusty donkey and hits the road. His donkey was wise and didn't take mess from nobody. But what Balaam doesn't know is that God has sent an angel with a sword to stop him. You heard that right. sword, flaming, block the road energy. Now here's where it gets juicy. The donkey sees the angel, but Balaam, blind as a bat at midnight. And this angel is not in the mood. Yes, God's not happy about this road trip. So, God sent an angel to block the road with a drawn sword. God was angry because Balaam's heart wasn't right, even though he said he'd only speak what God told him. And Balaam? He's just trotting along on his donkey like it's a casual Sunday stroll, totally clueless. That is, until the donkey suddenly stops.
Hey, what are you doing, donkey? Why did you stop? Move it.
The donkey stops because he sees an angel blocking the road, holding a big, gigantic sword. Balaam doesn't see a thing, blind as a spiritual bat. The donkey is thinking, nope, we're not dying today. When the donkey moves forward, the angel reappears. So the donkey veers off the road into a field.
What are you doing? Get back on the path.
Balaam yanks the reins and hits her. He hits her like she's the problem. Sir, you are the blind one. The donkey keeps moving but sees the angel again. The angel blocks narrow passage between the vineyard walls. He panics and slams into the wall, crushing Balaam's foot.
Ow! My foot! You ridiculous animal! Go, you stubborn thing!
She just saved your foot from being your head, but okay. The donkey keeps trotting along, until, boom, the angel pops up again. But this third time, oh no, she's had it. The path is so narrow there's nowhere to swerve, so she just plops down right under Balaam like, nope, I quit. You can walk yourself, buddy.
You lazy beast, get up!
Sir, she's literally trying to save your life. Calm down. But the donkey? Oh, she's had enough. She has stopped, swerved, crushed his foot against a wall, and laid down on the ground to avoid the angel, and all he had to show for it was being beat up on. Finally, God opened the donkey's mouth, and Shazam, the donkey speaks.
Look! Have I ever acted like this before? Ever? Why are you hitting me? Haven't I been your ride or die this whole time? Haven't I carried your prophetic behind all over town?
No. Wait. Why are you talking?
Oh, now you're asking questions. Dude, you're out here arguing with the talking donkey, and not once you say, wait, why is my donkey talking?
Man, Balaam was shockingly unfazed by a talking donkey. Was he really arguing with a donkey like that's normal, like it was just another Tuesday? This is why we say, check yourself before you wreck yourself. And then, BAM! God opened Balaam's eyes, as he was spiritually blind. Only then did Balaam see the angel standing there, sword out, looking very ready. That's when it hits him. He wasn't just headed down a road, he was headed toward destruction.
If not for that donkey, I would have struck you down. She saved your life.
I'm sorry. Should I turn back?
Go, but only speak what God tells you, not what the king wants. Got it?
Got it. I got it. I'm on Team God now.
Finally, Balaam makes it to Balak. The king is ready, full on expecting a curse. And after all the drama, all the gifts, and that whole almost getting sliced situation, what comes out of Balaam's mouth?
Blessed are these people, a mighty nation. God is with them.
He blessed Israel. Not once, not twice, but 3 times.
What are you doing? I brought you here and paid you to curse them, not to throw them a spiritual birthday party.
Sorry, bro. I told you, I can only say what God says. I can't curse what God has already blessed.
Imagine throwing a party just to watch your enemy win. That's Balak's Tuesday. That's right, 3 times Balaam blessed Israel. And Balak? He paid full price for a holy shout-out. Listen, y'all, this story had everything. Divine drama, political mess, a talking donkey, and a prophet who almost got chopped. So let's break this down, because Balaam's donkey has a word for us too. Sometimes what feels like a setback is really a lifesaver. Sometimes delays, detours, or disruptions aren't punishment, they're protection. Sometimes God will use the unusual to get your attention. A flat tire, a breakup, a job loss, even losing someone close to us. And if you're headed in the wrong direction, Don't ignore the signs, even if it sounds ridiculous. God had to use a donkey to open the eyes of a prophet. Let that sink in. Because if God can use a donkey to deliver truth, He can use you, your cousin, your barista, or your child. So next time life puts on the brakes, instead of throwing a fit, pause. Ask yourself, is God trying to save me from something I can't see yet? Because trust me, if a donkey starts talking to you, it might be time to stop and listen. And if someone's already blessed by God, no curse, no gossip, no petty scheme can undo that. Because when God says no, He's not being mean. He's protecting your purpose. Thanks for rolling with our channel today. Remember, God doesn't always shout. Sometimes He sends a sign, so learn to listen.